Hello. So it has been quite a while since I have posted an updated video, so I thought maybe now that I am 7 months pregnant, it was time. I do apologize that I'm in my car yet again, but it seems to be the most quiet place that I can do a video without all of the interruptions. So my kids are currently eating lunch. I'm out in the car so that I can update you on my pregnancy journey. So I am almost 30 weeks pregnant. So I am 7 months pregnant, full right into the 7 month. And everything seems to be flying by and getting very, very close. I have recently, this weekend, I ordered my birthing kit. So stay tuned. I will be posting a video of the revealing of what is in the birth kit. It's a bunch of stuff that the midwives will need. On top of the birth kit, I have to order just some side items like peroxide and alcohol, some sheets for my bed, just different things like that. So I will be posting a video and sharing with you guys everything that I need for a home birth. Now, I am not going to be doing a water birth as in the pool. I did not order a pool. My viewpoint on that is that I don't want a lot of clutter. I am kind of OCD when it comes to cleanliness and order, and I don't want a lot of clutter in my room as I'm trying to go through labor and delivery, and I feel like that would stress me out. So I do have a deep bathtub that who knows, maybe I will deliver. My plan and hope is to deliver in my bathtub, but we all know, if you've had a child before, if you've went through labor and delivery before, that nothing ever goes as planned. So while I think that maybe I will have a baby in the bathtub because it's going to be easier and it's going to relieve a lot of my pain, I might find that laying on my side on the bed is better, or squatting is better. So it's just going to be what it is. But my intention is to try to deliver in my bathtub. So, but I didn't order the birth pool or anything. So I will make a video and show you guys everything that the midwives need for me to have here at the house whenever they come to deliver my baby in like 2 months. Oh my gosh, in 2 months. This is insane. So, just a little update on what's going on. I feel like I've been rapidly gaining weight, but actually my weight is pretty level. It's pretty good. I actually lost a couple pounds last week, and so it's all leveling out. So I have gained a total of 19 pounds, which to most doesn't seem like a lot, but my last 2 pregnancies, I didn't gain hardly anything. So it's a lot for me. In my mind, I'm thinking, oh my goodness, that's a lot, especially when I still have 2 more months to go. But they want you to gain anywhere from like 25 to 35 pounds. So I know I'm healthy. I know that I'm where I'm supposed to be. So I'm not going to get too concerned about that. I'm not going to get into the whole vanity of it all, which is very difficult to do. Most women will understand it's very difficult to do. My wedding ring, with it being hot and summer, is not fitting. I can get it on, but then I swell from the heat and I can't get it off, so I had to get a silicone band. So I'm looking forward to the day I can put my wedding band back on. I just feel weird without it. But so yeah, gained 19 pounds. I am starting to feel the heaviness and the weight of the baby, to where I really enjoy my husband lifting my stomach for me. I really enjoy bath anytime I'm in the water because it takes off the weight. I can sit down, and the minute I stand up, it's just like a heavy weight, which is good. That just means that the baby is growing and developing as the baby should, but it does get tiresome carrying that weight around. There's usually a point in my pregnancy where I get to where I'm like, I'm done being pregnant. And you guys have to understand, I have loved every pregnancy. I've had some issues with some pregnancies. I've had some beautiful pregnancies. no matter what my pregnancy looked like, I've always enjoyed being pregnant. I've heard women say, I hated being pregnant. I always loved it. I loved being pregnant. I love being pregnant. But there comes a point in my pregnancy where I'm done, and I'm there. I am there. My boys were all born in winter and spring, and this fly, it's gonna drive me crazy. My daughter was born at the end of August, and I remember now how miserable being pregnant in the summertime was. Excuse me. So I'm pretty sure it's just because I'm so hot all the time. I can't get cool enough. And so like my exercise, like my walking and stuff has really kind of slowed down because my feet swell if I try to do that. I have a ton of contractions. My contractions are starting to get more intense. They are just Braxton Hicks contractions, but they are starting to get more intense, and they are starting to actually be a little bit painful. One of the most comical things to me is that people are like, oh, Braxton Hicks contractions aren't real. Yes, they are. They're real contractions. They're not active contractions, like you're not in active labor, but they are real contractions. They are doing something to your body. They are preparing your body. It's like the muscle, your uterus is contracting. It is getting ready to do what it is supposed to do. So mine are getting a little bit more intense and a little bit painful at times. Sometimes they take my breath away. Sometimes they happen all day long, and then I'm like, man, am I really in labor? And I know that's silly, but they happen so often that it starts to feel like, you know, maybe I really am in labor, but I'm not. So anyway, well, I also did my glucose screening, and I failed it by 11 points, which is a huge pride thing for me, to be honest, because I don't fail things. I don't like to fail things. I'm an A student, you know, I like to pass everything. And so the fact that I failed my glucose screening really did me over, like emotionally took a toll on me. However, it was just the screening. That does not mean I have gestational diabetes. It just means that I did not pass the screening. So I could have just had a little bit too much sugar in my system at the time that I did the screening, which is probably what happened, because we had literally just flown back from vacation. We had went to Key West, and we flew back the day before my appointment. And let me tell you, when I was in Key West, I had pancakes every day. I had, what else did I have? I had pancakes every day. I had French fries every day, which is high in carbs and sugar. So that's going to, you know, make that go skyrocket. And then I also had all the fruity drinks. I had virgin fruity drinks, but I had all the fruity drinks because I was on vacation and didn't feel like vacation if I wasn't having like a pina colada. So I would ask the bartender to get me a virgin pina colada. And so I know those have tons of sugar. So I think it was just coming off of vacation that spiked my glucose and made me fail my screening. But because of that, for the last for 14 days after my screening, so I'm almost done. I will be done on Friday. I have to prick my finger 4 times and track my food and my blood sugar. And it's been perfect. There have been 2 or 3 times where it's went over 140, which my midwives said, you know, keep it below 140. There's been a couple times that it's went over 140, and those times were times that I ate heavy carb loaded dinners and then had a sweet afterwards. So my husband, very brilliant man, has come to the conclusion that my body is reacting to the sugars and the carbs, especially combined with a sweet afterwards. But if I have a Dr. Pepper, which I really need to cut back on, but if I have a Dr. Pepper, it doesn't affect my blood sugar, like at all. So my blood sugars have been really good. So I'm 100% positive I don't have gestational diabetes, but just failing the glucose testing, like I said, really did me in. It really kind of took a toll on me. So it feels better to know that maybe I don't have gestational diabetes, but that's something that's just that we're kind of keeping an eye on. My face, as you can see, is starting to swell. It is starting to get that pregnancy near the end fluffiness. So my cheeks are kind of puffy and everything is kind of swollen. But that's okay. Again, that's just all part of pregnancy. But like I said, we went to Key West for vacation. It was my husband and I's 20th wedding anniversary. And so we flew to Key West, had an absolutely fantastic vacation, just the two of us. And the baby loved pretty much every minute of it except for a couple incidents. But I will tell you all about those in another video whenever I talk about kind of the pros and cons of Key West and whether or not you should vacation there. So be looking for that YouTube video because that's going to be coming out in the next couple of days as well. But the baby loved being in the ocean. The baby loved being in the pool. And it was so funny because I would literally be in the pool and I would get on the stairs to get out of the pool and I would have to stop, or I'd have to walk really slow because I would immediately start having a Braxton Hicks contraction. But that baby just loved, it was like freedom, you know, like there was a little bit more buoyancy and a little bit more liberty and stuff because the water, you know, helped the baby and then it helped me a lot. So I really loved being in the water. I would love being in the water. And then we came back from Key West, and 2 days later we left for 8 more days to go and take the kids on vacation. And so I stayed in the pool as often as I could there as well. And so it's been really great. So now that I'm back home, I'm like, bath time, because I can get the baby to settle down if I am, you know, taking a bath. But there's just not a lot to update. I know I've been kind of leaving it alone and stuff, but I promise you in the next 4 weeks there's going to be huge updates, because that is whenever we're getting really close. And I'll have my birthing kit. My midwives will be coming and doing a home visit. There will be so much that's happening. But right now I am at the slowing down portion of my pregnancy. So I just want things to slow down. I want to slow down. I don't want to be going. I want to just binge watch television and read a book. You know, that kind of thing. I'm really trying to prepare mentally for labor and delivery. The fear of labor and delivery is starting to set in. And again, I want to encourage anybody who's watching who has had a child before, and you feel that pressure that you should just feel like you're like in control and everything's fine and stuff. Yes, I get that. You still have fear of labor and delivery because, one, you've gone through it before and it hurts bad. Two, you're worried about your baby's health and your health, more so your baby. You just want to make sure that everything's okay. And it's just one of those, like, we're told, like, oh, after you've had one, you know what to do, so there shouldn't be that fear. That's false. You're gonna have fear. This is the 5th one, and I'm already starting to have that fear and anxiety of, I hope everything goes okay. You know, hopefully this is the most, it's the least painful of all my pregnancies. Hopefully this is the quickest of all my labor and deliveries. I just start saying those prayers and just really start thinking about things, and I just try to throw it back in God's hands. I know everything is in God's hands, but there is still some fear, just because I know how intense it is, and it's intense. It's all worth it, but it is very intense. So the whole, you forget what it feels like after you have the baby, that's also a lie. You don't. You always remember how painful it is. So, but it's worth every bit of it. So I am starting to start to experience those feelings a little bit more right now. But overall, I'm just really kind of overjoyed and feel like I have this abundance of love to give. Just because, I don't know, I just have this life inside of me, and it's a very joyous time, even though I'm done, even though I'm ready to have the baby. But the baby should be around 3 pounds now, should be around 16 inches long, won't be getting much longer, but it will be gaining quite a bit of weight. So we want the baby to stay in there for at least another 9 weeks. I'm not due for 11, but 9 weeks is like the soonest that I would want to deliver, because I'd be 38 weeks then. But Yeah, it's just been crazy. It's been crazy. My official last day of work is tomorrow, so I will no longer be employed after tomorrow, and I'm both sad and excited about that. Sad because I'm afraid I'm going to get bored, because I'm constantly a doer. I like to do things. I'm a very hard worker, but excited because it's time for me to be a mom again. And so just a lot of changes coming up, and we will see where all of it goes. But anyway, stay tuned for the birth kit video, and stay tuned for the Key West video. Those will both be coming out hopefully pretty soon. I'm thinking hopefully within this week I will post at least the Key West one, and then as soon as my birth kit comes in, I will be posting a video on that. But anyway, that is about all that Natasha has on 7 months of pregnancy. So the countdown is now officially on. My son, my 6-year-old, asked me this morning how many more days until baby comes out. So we are officially on the day counting down. I told him about 75, and so he's excited. So give him another week and he'll ask again. But flown by. Pregnancy has flown by, and overall, even with sickness and everything else. I'm starting to have morning sickness again. Weird. I never had that with any of my other 4 pregnancies. So I've been feeling really, really, really great. And then I am having morning sickness all over again every morning. Now, I am not vomiting, but I am super nauseated. So I can't, I have to slow down like eating in the morning. I can't take my prenatals until like afternoon. So I don't know what that's about, but I'm sure it's common. It's just nothing I've ever experienced. But so morning sickness has set back in. Hopefully it won't last for the remainder of the pregnancy. But anyway, that is about all I have for you guys. So if you have any questions, let me know.